Well, in Ghent, we really have a mix of diverse approaches towards homelessness. We have our poverty plan, but then we have some classic things in place like night shelter, day centers, temporary shelter. We also have some temporary housing, some emergency housing. But on top of that, we have two interesting structural housing systems to permanently house homeless people. And the first one is a housing-led solution. It's called the social rental office. And 85% of the people we house there are homeless people as defined by the Ethos Light framework. Secondly, we also have a real housing first system in place with integrated case management. This is collaboration with the social housing agencies from who we get a fast lane entrance. There has been a lot of research on the impact of housing first, and it is clear that it manages to house people permanently. It might not be usable for all types of homeless people, but it is a very effective system. But I think the question is much more how to install it than what is the impact. I think the impact is quite clear, but how to install it on a larger scale is a huge question. And I think that's the most difficult question for most partners in the roof project. It needs a complete shift of thinking, financing, and it needs the courage to jump really. And that's not an easy task when you're working in a system of political representation with diverse levels of responsibilities and limited resources. So to steer this really towards a prolonged approach for housing first, we need more people in leadership positions that are really advocating the housing first and housing led solutions and are also willing to fight for this. And to me, the political struggle to have housing first financed and to have higher levels working on more equal housing systems is really the biggest aim, because at a local level, we know how to install housing first, we know how to give support, but we don't have the houses.
Well, I can say that we are ambitious. We want to work towards a strategic goal of functional zero, which means no structural homelessness. And thanks to the URBACT action planning method, all our partner cities get a chance to prepare an integrated local action plan to promote and achieve this. Integrated is an essential word here. It's a unique opportunity to involve all stakeholders, from social workers, housing actors, politicians, academics, through an URBACT local group. In that respect, we want to really insist on a crucial close cooperation between the social and housing departments of the cities. And by the end of the project, we want to have changed the minds of everyone more towards ending homelessness through housing first and also to use accurate data. And we want to have made progress in the local, national, and European policies. Without accurate data, you can't make effective policies. We want everyone to know about Fianza Ethos Light framework. It uses a broader and correcter definition of homelessness. We talk about exchanging data between existing databases, etc. And by deciding to count and by deciding to use Ethos Light, cities will have a better foundation for their policies, we believe. And that way they will have a better chance at actually ending homelessness. We want to change the mindset and get all levels on the same page. And advocacy and storytelling are essential to that. We exchange information and good practices and also organize trainings on what housing first is, what is Ethos Light, how do you make the shift. And the COVID pandemic allowed us to compare approaches and to find opportunities for the future. So we are hoping to keep inspiring each other now and even after the project.